Don't need no invitation, 'cause you know where I am. No need to call me, 'cause I'm always home. Coming over.
This week on The Living Room, Barry's biggest renovation challenge yet. He needs to rescue a family from financial disaster.
I wished I never did it because I can't sell it.
Miguel's in South America. Can he conquer one of Chile's empanada experts?
I don't think you could learn this anywhere in any cooking school around the world.
What's Ranger Stacey's greatest fear?
Every time now I see one in the garden, I give it a big wide berth.
Find out when I look around her Brisbane home. And what do you call the only person not to be eliminated from the MasterChef kitchen? The winner, of course.
Congratulations, Andy!
Tonight, Andy is on The Living Room.
The next step for me is to learn more.
Great to have you with us tonight. Did you have a good week, gentlemen?
Great week.
All right, Barry, straight into you because you have a cracker of a renovation tonight.
Yeah, this one's got everything. I've got an investment property that won't sell. I've got a family in financial crisis and no time to waste. But thankfully, we've also got renovation guru Cherie Barber.
Now, Cherie has worked some miracles with us in previous programs. Remember that one? She made $100,000 in just 1 week. Incredible.
She knows what she's doing, there's no doubt about it, but she's going to have to pull out all the stops before this bad investment drags the whole family under.
She's a fickle mistress, our real estate game. When it's good, it's great, but when it's not, it just hurts.
And unfortunately for real estate rookie Lee, she had to find out the hard way. Back in 2002, Lee bought an investment property on the New South Wales Central Coast. Her plans to make a quick profit backfired, leaving her with a money pit she can't get rid of.
I wished I never did it because I can't sell it.
Currently untenanted, this mistake is costing Lee $2,000 a month, and that's on top of her first mortgage.
My husband works in the garbage industry. I work in the funeral industry. We both do extra shifts, and that's put a lot of strain on the marriage and with the kids because we've got 2 lots of rates to pay for at the same time. And then there's the repayments. If I don't sell this property, I don't want to even think about what road that we might have to take as a family. I just don't want them to think about it. I just need this house gone.
Hello,
Hi,
Lee.
Barry.
How are you?
Nice to
Thanks for
meet you.
having
Oh,
me.
you're welcome.
So this is a little house?
Yeah.
I love the street. I walked up from the water.
Yeah, it is. It's beautiful down on the lake.
The property has 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, an open-plan kitchen, a deck and a small backyard.
Why do you think this property's not selling?
I have no idea, Barry, why it's not selling. When I first came here, when it was up for sale, there was lots of people in here and I thought it must be good.
Yeah.
That's all, because I could hear people whispering. So I thought, I'm going to buy it. And I just offered them, stupid me, offered them the price they were asking. So the full price. And I got it.
Lee paid $255,000 back in 2002. Let's see what it's worth today.
Funny place for a bathroom. It's right in the front room off the lounge room, which is quite strange. Well, this room is pretty mismatched. We've got a number of different paint colours. In its current condition, I'd value the property at $245,000.
That's less than what I paid for it.
What are your thoughts?
That's really bad.
OK, the good news is we've got Cherie on board.
Yeah.
We'll get her in here and see what she can do about getting you out of this bad decision.
Oh. I can't believe it's only worth that.
There's a common misconception that investing in property is a sure thing. But post-GFC, there's one thing I'm sure of. Renovation guru Cherie Barber needs to work a magic and call on those decades of experience in the property game if this house is going to sell.
Little tiny house on a great street, it should sell. What's wrong with this property?
A bar objection is that the property is below street level. It's a low-set house, so that would automatically make some people keep driving past. The other issue is that the house is very disjointed internally. So I'm going to bring my SWAT team in, and I reckon I can do this one inside and out in 8 days.
Well, I've learned to be confident. You've never let us down yet. Let's get cracking.
So we need to get everything stripped out of this property in order for us to put it all back together again.
Cherie has an ingenious plan to win Lee back the cash she has blown and hopefully a little more by giving it market appeal.
You walk straight in your front door and you see your ugly bathroom. So we're going to eradicate that problem.
To fix this disjointed layout, Cherie will move the third bedroom to the front of the house, thus creating a new entry for the bathroom and an open plan living area. Plus, she's going to throw in a fresh coat of paint, all for under 25 grand. But the interior is only half the problem.
Your house, it's ugly. Would you agree?
Really? It's not that bad, is it?
The biggest issue that I saw with this property was this whopping big hill at the front. I'm actually going to bring my excavator in, cut all this back so it's not so obvious. Have a look at next door. We're going to come through and we're going to do that so it's not so extreme. And we know if we can get them off the street and into this house, it's going to sell.
I thought it was a nice little house. I thought for resale, if I liked it, so would everybody else. Cherie's come in and said, we'll take that out, do that. In my wildest dreams, I would never have thought to do anything like that.
We're 24 hours in, and despite this weather, Cherie's team is working double time. Lee desperately needs a fast result, but she's absent from site, pulling yet another shift at the funeral home.
Well, I'd love to be on site today, but I can't afford to have any time off work, and the extra shifts are helping me pay the mortgage. Every night I lay awake and think the property mightn't sell.
The property is a financial burden, but there's more than just money at stake.
I feel as though I've let my family down, my husband down and myself down. I don't want to think about what will happen if I don't sell it. I don't even want to go down there.
What a financial disaster.
Yeah, it's got to be hard after all that time to find out that your property value has actually reduced.
Well, look, fingers crossed, we're going to find out what happens later. But right now, the TV segment they said couldn't be done. Well, in fact, I said that. Hot or not, if you were still planking when everyone else had decided that planking was for plonkers, then move your chair a little closer to the TV because Hot or Not is for you. Every week we try to justify the hugely expensive Hot or Not wall by finding new products to put on it. So, Chris, you've got something shiny and new.
I know, so it looks like a remote-controlled car, but
Yes.
the big thing is there's no remote. What you do is you use an app downloaded off your smartphone to control it. And when I say control it, I mean like this. Wherever you want to go, it just takes you.
And what's the advantage of not having a remote but having the phone? You can there's none. This is just a toy for silly men.
The only problem I've got is that it does... Miguel, stop calling me.
Okay, sorry.
The only problem I've got is that it sort of does encourage kids to link driving with texting at the same time. But, Miguel, stop calling me. But... I guess it's linking the technology we already have with a remote-controlled car and making it a bit easier to actually control, as you can see.
Well, look, for me, I think it's completely ludicrous, but you seem quite taken with it. I don't know. What do we think? Hot or not with that?
It's amazing. It's class. So you're fine.
Thank you.
OK, Chris. Now, Miguel, what have you got?
Well, talking about phones, yes, I got the really cool phone fingers. You know, working as a chef, your hands are quite greasy. Have a look. So what do? You put these little phone fingers, and what do? You can work it out, and it's amazing. you know, have greasy fingers and play with your phone.
Do you have to roll it on a certain way?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's different sizes. It is different sizes because some fingers are longer than others, Chris.
That is the most ridiculous invention I've ever seen. That is a complete waste of brain power.
What?
I'm sorry,
Come
Miguel,
on.
that's a not. I'm sorry, do we
What
agree on
is
that?
a
That's a
not?
not? No, OK. Barry, save us here. What have you got?
I got a cool little item. If you're in America, you'd call it a mobile cooler. I'm going to call it a mobile esky, and I think it's a cracker. Okay. Okay, this is a classic. I've been around the world a little bit myself, and I realise
Not on one of those.
blokes just love to have fun, and the best way they can have fun is to be with their mates, and a couple of beers.
Yeah.
And the best way to do that.
Is that an esky towing another esky?
This is an esky. You can take each esky, each cooler, I should say, will take up to 24 cans. Boys, you know, at the golf course, you could tow in your golf buggy. On the 18th or 19th hole, you could spread a few around, and on the way home, you could even pick up a chick.
I resist. Oh. All right, let's see how we go. All right. What a romantic getaway.
I love that she's gone side saddle.
You know the great thing? The one thing that the average Aussie with a big beer gut needs is less exercise.
Well, I think this has to be hot. What do we think? It's a hot. OK, well, there's going to be more Hot or Not next week. And if you've seen anything you think should be on the show, please go to our website. It can be, careful. It can be something completely ludicrous, no offence, Barry, like this. Or it might be something absolute, don't go too close to the edge, absolutely, completely ingenious.
Like
but
this.
We'd like, just stop. We'd like to know about it, so please go to our website and let us know. Well, stacks more fun still to come on the living room. Renovation rescue. Can renovation guru Cherie Barber save a family from a disastrous property investment?
This bath, guess how much it cost me?
About $700.
$90.
Chris Brown gives us an insight into his personal stomping ground, Bondi.
Head off the main drag, and there you might just find something special.
But right after the break, Miguel takes an old Chilean grandmother and she gives his empanadas a run for their money.
In this house is 4 generations, so imagine how good is this recipe by now.
You're watching The Living Room. It's great to have you here. Now, Miguel, I'm going to say a word to you that'll bring back many memories. And it's not puberty. It's empanadas.
Empanada bring me all the way back to Spain. It's an amazing thing that we do, and it's like kind of a meat pie. And depending on the city or the place, they got a different pastry and a different filling.
So your family has their own recipe, but you took that somewhere else.
All the way to Chile, I took my grandma's recipe with me, the family recipe.
And how'd that go?
That went really, really well. I went all the way to Pomaire. It's like the place in South America where it's the capital of the empanada. And I have a really tough crowd. 4 generations of Chilean family. Very tough crowd. Muchas gracias, thank you. Pomaire is one of the amazing towns that make 2 things really, really good. They do empanadas and they do pottery. Pomaire is just under 2 hours southwest of Chile's capital, Santiago. You know, I made lots of things in pots, but I never actually made a pot. This is pretty much the closest time in my life I'm gonna feel like Patrick Swayze in Ghost movie. He's practically saying I got no power in my legs to actually do this. Lots of fun, but now to work. I want to show the locals my version of their favorite food. When I was a little kid, the highlight of the week or the afternoon tea was going to my grandma's place and have the empanada. Hola, guapa, ¿cómo estás? And I'm gonna have the privilege to get into a real Chilean home with a real Chilean mama and cook the traditional empanada recipe and trying to compare it to my grandma's one. This is Eva, it's all starting. She's got all the ingredients ready. Okay, I'm gonna go and look for my stuff and start cooking. It's a big tradition from the grandma, and in this house it's 4 generations. So imagine how good is this recipe by now. The dough starts to get shape, so I'm gonna start cracking in my dough as well. In Spain, we use white wine and extra virgin olive oil and paprika in the dough. Tita is the granddaughter. Is gonna give it a hand and keep kneading because it's quite a big job. She's raising like a rocket. I think I'm gonna have to take my jumper off, and actually it's getting hot in here. Opa. So I'll start working the dough. So we got one of those amazing pottery pieces of art made in Pomaieri, and we're gonna roll it into the tin. Really simple. There you go. Done. So she's got a seaweed mix here, and what she's basically doing now is putting all the main ingredients together. She's putting some oil in the seaweed mix. It's got garlic and fresh oregano. I don't think you could learn this anywhere in any cooking school around the world. So much tradition and so much love in just this recipe. My grandma will be so proud of me right now. Just one thing. She always thinks that the chefs always change things. So I actually didn't change anything of this recipe. This is the real deal. Grandma, all the tomatoes, the caramelized onions, the piquillo peppers, the peas, the tuna. It's actually quite special here. She reminds me so much to my grandmother. I'm feeling like a little kid, sort of 110 kilos little kid. We put the egg as well like them. No pressure. I'm actually quite nervous. The expectations, they're quite high. Voila. And just with the fork, break down and get this beautiful shape. As a chef, I will use a pastry brush to glaze the top of the empanadas. This is quite amazing tip. She's using a little bit of the extra dough to use it as a brush. It's quite amazing. So I'm gonna steal a little Chilean tip for my empanada. Here we are. It's quite a smart thing. So, my Spanish empanada is ready. But how will it compare with Eva's? Time for a taste test. Oh my God, I'm so nervous. ¡Le gustó! She likes it. She says she doesn't want to smile because she's still got plenty of food. This is a pretty amazing situation. It reminds me so much when I was little and I used to have lunch or dinner with my grandma and all the family together. So now, let's chat and more chi. Le, le, le! Viva Chile! Salud!
Coming up on The Living Room, a day in the life of our own Chris Brown.
Why take a picture of it when you can really get a feel for it?
Just another excuse for him to take off his shirt. Everybody's talking about MasterChef, but we'll be talking to the MasterChef. That's right, Andy is with us. Totally Wild's Ranger Stacey has something in her home I've always wanted. What could it be? But after the break, Leanne's investment property nightmare continues. Can Cherie's renovation put her life back on track?
So I'm sure a buyer's going to come through now and start ticking the boxes, not crossing them off.
You're back with The Living Room, and Barry, I'm keen to get back to this renovation. It's made me very anxious.
Yeah, the real estate game doesn't get any scarier when you find yourself in the situation Leanne's in. She's got an investment property that's worth less today than it was 10 years ago and currently costing her $2,000 a month. She needs to get rid of it as quick as she can.
Who wouldn't be stressed under those circumstances? That's terrifying.
It is terrifying, no doubt about it. But luckily, we've got renovation guru Cherie Barber on board. She believes in 8 days she can work a miracle that'll get Leanne out of that trouble.
You got builder's crack going on? Yes, but anyway, do you want a cake? I won't look at the builder's crack.
Lee's Central Coast renovation is at the halfway point. In just a few days, walls have come down, interiors have been ripped out, and Lee's back on site to see the progress.
So one of the main problems that your house had was a disjointed layout. It was just the rooms were all over the place. So what we've done is we've created these zones of the property. This now is the sleeping zone. We've got the living zone. We've got your entertaining zone out through there. And we've been able to now get this separate entry into the bathroom. And that is the most ideal layout for your house. So I'm sure a buyer's going to come through now and start ticking the boxes, not crossing them off.
This is unbelievable.
Now look at your kitchen. Your kitchen is in perfect structural condition. The problem with your kitchen is just cosmetically tired. We're going to paint all these cupboards. I'm taking off the old handles. I'm going to bring some new handles in. This kitchen will look $1 million.
Oh, I would never have thought of that.
Always work out what you can recycle, what can stay.
Painting with a neutral palette will give the house an instant update.
I've used the colour scheme that won't date, so don't follow fads. Stick with timeless colours that really will stand the test of time.
Same goes for what's under your feet. Cherie has chosen a quick install, hard-wearing floating floor.
I'm spending $3,000 here. I know I'm going to get the return on investment. All right, Leanne, I've been shopping for your bathroom, yes. Now, general rule of thumb is for your bathrooms, you need to spend 1.5% of your property value. Now, we know your house is $245,000, so 1.5% of that is $3,675, and that's your total renovation budget for your bathroom, everything, materials and labour. This bath, guess how much it cost me?
About $700?
$90.
$90?
$90. I've got your basin underneath, $130. Shaving cabinet, $120. Glass screen, $200.
Where did you get all this stuff from?
I just got this from a local hardware store.
I thought a new cheap bathroom would be about $6,000.
Yeah, well, most people spend normally somewhere between $8,000 to $15,000 on their bathrooms, but it's way too much. What are you doing with my bath, boys? Bring it back. You're not getting this.
Oh yes, they are. We've reached the halfway point, but Cherie's team still has a ton of work to do. With 2 days to go, the walls have been painted, Cherie's precious bath has gone in, and the front is getting a facelift. But there's still one important part of this rescue mission missing.
It's time for Lee to start thinking about selling. Problem is, she's already tried that 3 times, even had to go herself. And all those times, she hasn't had one offer.
Lee needs an agent with local experience, so Cherie's road testing 2 of them to show her how it's done.
Firstly, how many years have you actually been selling right in this area?
I've been selling on the Central Coast now for the last 5 years. 12 years.
Okay, a while.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. What is the closest property that you have sold to this property?
Sold one street away.
4 properties in this street.
When was your last sale in this street?
About 2 days ago.
How many buyers do you have on your database right now ready to buy in Berkeley Vale?
Currently, we have 61 buyers.
Oh, probably 100.
What marketing campaign would you propose?
Must involve local paper, absolutely imperative to be on the internet.
To get the best prices, you need to create the most competition. We try and stack them so that we have multiple people turning up for the one appointment.
Also, sign out the front.
Well, I like the second agent, Paul. He's had more experience in this suburb. He had a track record of sales in the street. He had a bigger database. Yeah. So I do think he is our man.
Oh, OK, great.
He did say he answers his phone 24/7, doesn't he?
Well, Benny speaking.
Oh, hi, Paul. It's Cherie. How are you?
Oh, g'day, Cherie. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
The questions that she asked the agents, I would never have thought to have asked.
Yeah, fantastic.
For the first time in 10 years, I really feel that there's hope that I'm going to sell this property.
Time is money, and Leanne's family's running out of both. Cherie has her work cut out for her.
If the value doesn't go up, then I'll be further in debt.
We're joined by a member of one of Australia's most exclusive clubs, the newest MasterChef, Andy. And right after the break, it's scarier than a vicious snake or a half-digested mouse.
One got stuck in my hair and got all tangled, and I couldn't get it out and I was screaming.
And it's in Ranger Stacey's garden.
Want more from the living room? Find more inspiring ideas, handy hints, photos, recipes, and you can even watch tonight's episode again on our website.
On the living room, and you're just in time for the part of the show where I get to sticky bick around the house of a well-known Australian. This is Whose House? And this week I visited the home of Ranger Stacey.
See, I used to get home from school every day and watch Totally Wild, right?
Totally Wild.
That's been going
She's
for
been
years.
with that show from the beginning for 20 years.
Yeah.
Ranger Stacey, she's iconic. She's like Sharon Liberace. She doesn't have a surname.
Or do you just not know it?
Well, I should know everything about it because I checked out her house. Hello, Stacey.
How are you, Amanda?
I'm very well. You know, you and I have a lot in common. I know you love animals. I love animals. I mean, they're so warm, aren't they?
Look at you. Watch out, Ralph. Ralphie. Come on through.
Oh, your house has such a warm, homey feel to it, probably because of all your gorgeous colours.
Yeah, well, it's kind of neutral tones, but then we do have splashes of colour, which it kind of just brightens up your mood, I think. It's a good place to come home to. She's impressed.
I've always wanted one.
It's heavy, isn't it?
Actually, it is very... Oh, I'm a little overcome. What did you bring this for?
Can I have a look? Thank you. Well, this was 1994, so quite a long time ago. When I used to work on Agro's Cartoon Connection, we won 7 years in a row for Best Children's Program, and when the show finished, they were divvied up to the people that worked on the show, and I was one of them.
Oh, Logie. Let's have a moment, please.
Okay, that's enough. I've got other things. A room near the pool, really interesting. Well, living in Queensland, we like to spend a fair bit of time outdoors, so we've kind of created this little room by the pool.
Here you are, a young Ranger Stacey, Totally Wild. There's a young Tim Bailey.
Yes, that's about in the second year of the show. So, of course, this is our 20th anniversary.
And you're still there. Here is your original shirt.
I know.
I do want to ask you, is the Ranger part of it a TV thing, or are you a Ranger?
Well, I'm not an actual working ranger anymore. I'm Ranger Stacey. That's like a stage name, I guess. But I was a real ranger. I worked in a number of national parks.
Over the years, I know you've wrestled crocs, you've played with a whole lot of creatures. Have you been bitten by things?
I've been bitten on, I've been pooed and weed on, scratched, but the worst was a carpet snake. I was doing a presentation to a school and I had this snake in the bag down there for the grand finale, and I pulled it out of the bag, and it was quite a big one, and it's whipping around like a crazy hose that's out of control, and it came back and got me right across those 4 fingers, and the blood was streaming onto the carpet. And at the same time, a half-digested mouse came out the other end.
Of you?
No, of the snake, not of me.
So you wrestle crocs, you move snakes. Is there anything that creeps you out?
There is one thing, grasshoppers.
They're that big. What's wrong with a grasshopper?
Well, little big grasshoppers, they've got the legs with the little barbs, and actually, when I was little, one got jumped into my hair and got all tangled, and I couldn't get it out, and I was screaming. So every time now I see one in the garden, I give it a big wide berth.
Wow.
Yeah, grasshoppers.
In fact, grasshoppers aren't the little monsters I originally thought they were. After all these years, I do believe I've overcome my fear of them.
So they're your weakness?
They are my weakness. What about you? Do you have any weaknesses?
I don't think I have any weaknesses. Thank you so much for having us.
And thank you so much for coming. It was fun.
I loved it.
See
okay,
ya.
bye.
Bye. Amanda!
You know, my parole officer that made me give that back. Outrageous. Now, I'll be crashing the home of another well-known Australian next week, and I really don't care if it's not Hugh Jackman. I just don't care.
You
know what?
No, you know he's getting hassled on Twitter now.
Oh, is he?
No, you've actually started something quite serious. He's getting hassled every night.
Yeah, but that's only me and Miguel.
Not other people. Yes.
He'll give in eventually, I know he will. Anyway, lots of great stuff still to come on The Living Room.
A life-changing moment. Will Leanne's renovation get her family out of property investment hell?
Can't wait to see what it's like inside.
And someone who's cooked more hot dinners than I've had the hot dinners. It's Australia's newest MasterChef, Andy. But right after the break, Chris in his own backyard.
It's probably right I take you inside my house.
It's the Bondi you don't see on the telly.
The Living Room. Now, when I hear the words Bondi and Chris Brown in the same sentence, I think of cute, cuddly animals that are in need of professional care. So I imagine that the suburb of Bondi is just full of sick domestic animals.
It's not always. The thing about Bondi is every year it is overrun by hundreds of thousands of international tourists, but I've always thought that they go to the wrong places and they do the wrong things. So what I wanted to do was give my insider's guide to the beach you thought you knew, Bondi.
Funny thing is, most of the time, I'm not known by my proper name. People just call me Bondi Vet, and it's because of this place, the Bondi Junction Veterinary Hospital, which is where I treat animals sometimes when the cameras are rolling. But this clinic is only half the story. Because at the end of the day, this is what I come home to, Bondi Beach. If you had to name Australia's most famous beach, Bondi would be it. But there's more to this place than sandcastles and surfing. So, being a local, I'm going to give you the insider's guide. Now, if I've got a mate in town, chances are I'll drag them down here to the Bondi to Bronte Walk. For me, it's part dog walking path, part running track, but occasionally you just catch your breath and realise that, geez, this is just such an incredibly raw and spectacular piece of scenery, and the city is just 15 minutes away. Icebergs. You might know it for the fancy restaurant and cocktail bar up top, but when I come here, it's for what lies below. It's got to be the most photographed ocean pool in the country, but why take a picture of it when you can really get a feel for it? You see, a lot of people don't realise you can come along here, pay your $5, whack your goggles on, and do this. To maintain winter fitness, local lifesavers have been braving the icy waters here since 1929. Today, the locals are just as dedicated. Hello, boys.
Hello. G'day, Chris. How are you? All right, good.
Good to see you.
Yeah, cheers.
Now, that is fresh.
Yeah.
Well, good. It's good for the soul, right?
It is.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely.
The amount of people that take photos of this pool, I mean, you'd be more photographed than Lara Bingle around here, wouldn't you, folks, when you're swimming around?
Lara actually comes here. She's been known to visit the pool, as Owen Wilson comes here. We've got a lot of people that come here, and mainly because they don't get annoyed.
A pair of Speedos is a great leveller. You know, we're all the same in a pair of Speedos.
Now, this is Campbell Parade, Bondi's main drag, and like any tourist hotspot, there's a long line of restaurants. But my big tip, if you want really top food in Bondi, head off the main drag, and there you might just find something special. You can get a great feed on Curlewis or Hall Street, but my favourite is at the far north end of Campbell Parade, Beach Burrito. And this would have to be the local hotspot. It's almost like you walked off the beach in Mexico and now you can feast on the local offerings. But trust me, this place in the middle of summer is as much about the socialising as it is the spicy food. Can I get the fish burrito bowl, please? Look, there is one tourist hotspot I had to show you. It's Bondi Inc. This place is responsible for branding hundreds of backpackers every week. Now, I'm the exception to most people in the suburb. I do not have any tough stamps, but because you guys are here, I've got an excuse to have a look inside. Sorry to interrupt, you just keep on doing what you're doing. Can I ask, what's the inspiration for this one?
Females can be tough, just like males as well.
That's the
Bit
tat.
of a daredevil thing to do.
Right. How many tats have you got?
This is number 11 now.
11.
Number 11, yes.
Wow. So does it feel like you're working in a bit of an iconic
place here.
Definitely, especially in summer, you walk past and I'll have a crowd of 50 people at the front, so it's definitely a sight.
All right, now here's the bit I'm nervous about. You see, I promised you an insider's guide to Bondi, so it's probably right I take you inside my house to meet the resident cat and also the resident cousin. This is my humble abode, and my cousin Deb is going to give you her insider's guide to my bedroom.
Here we are in Chris's room, styled to within an inch of its life. Seems to be very sparse. Oh, I don't really want to go in here. That is his clean bathroom that he wasn't expecting me to open the door. This is a special cupboard for Chris. Not only have we got the typical blue shirts, which he wears every day, but this is his dress-up cupboard. He says that it's for his nephews to be Buzz, but I actually think it's more for him. I don't even know what this is for, but he's actually bought 2 of them. He's actually got about 4 kimonos, which concerns me. I don't even know what you'd call that. That is almost an animal. It looks like Chris saves his money in his bedroom. Next time he goes away, I know where I'm going to get my coffee money. That's all I'm saying. And that seems to be Chris Brown's room.
And while we're airing the dirty laundry, you better enjoy my backyard. I haven't removed these weeds because I think once a tree reaches a certain level, you need council clearance to remove it, so he's safe for now. Lovely chair. That's where I relax and read the papers. Or I did about a year ago. Barry, nice of you to drop round and help me out. Anytime. You got my number.
The Buzz Lightyear fetish, I wouldn't have picked it.
I bought that to make my nephews happy, all right?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
My son dressed like that for a year, but he was 4. What's your excuse?
It's not like I wear it every day. Like, once a month or once a week.
Well, this week a MasterChef dream has come true, and I'm thrilled to say the living room scored a priority pass to talk to the brand new winner. So here he is, the new MasterChef for 2012, Andy.
Don't wait for me, girl.
Come on!
It finally hits me. You're actually in the finale, man. I'd be spewing if I went home without the title.
Andy, I gave you an 8. You are Australia's MasterChef for 2000. And
congratulations, Andy. Oh my God, how exciting. Have a seat in my new living room in MasterChef, please. Are you pumped?
I am pumped.
I'm so pumped on, I didn't even win. So happy for you.
I can't believe it's happened to me. I came into the competition not the best cook. Far out. I knew from that point I'd have to work hard.
Use your brain, bring all of them here.
And learn and listen to everything the judges and even the other contestants said about food. Blown away by how clean you guys are today. Is that really important to keep clean?
It could win you the competition. But at this point in time, you're a long way off.
Right. And I think that's probably what helped me in the end because I knew that I had to be like a sponge and just retain everything.
I'm amazed. Andy has put up the best dish he's cooked in this competition by a country mile.
I just went from not the best cook to the last week. I got dish of the day all 3 times.
Really? Wow, that's amazing. So what is the next step for Andy?
The next step for me is to learn more and then open my own place one day. I don't know what type of food it's going to be, so I just want to pack a bag, travel the world, travel Australia, and just cook in as many restaurants as I can.
It's a great experience. I'll tell you from my own experience. If you go to different restaurants now, go to different people, different languages, you see. I couldn't even speak English when I arrived to Australia. I cannot even speak English yet, and I still work in national TV. It's amazing. Australia is one of the best places in the world. Now, in the living room with me and Chris, we got a little bit of a bromance as well.
Oh,
we got a great relationship.
That word, the old bromance word.
We talk about things. Sometimes we do like, oh, yes, Chris. That we're really close to each other. Don't get jealous, Chris. I'm really enjoying talking to Andy.
It's all right.
I believe you had your bromance as well.
Yeah, I got a little bromance going, so to speak.
Let me guess who you're going to choose.
Obviously, Benny. Ben and I are very, very tight. He's turned out to be like a brother to me, which I was very fortunate to have in the house. And even in challenges, we'd bounce off each other. That is curdle.
That's sweet.
Cooking next to Andy makes it like I'm at home cooking with my brother, and it takes all that stress away, all that pressure away, and you can relax a little bit.
We both said if he went out early, then I probably would have gone out early, and vice versa. We were so lucky that he made it to the top 5 and I ended up going on to win, so we were so lucky that we were together for the whole thing.
It will be amazing if you both could have won.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine that if we were 1 and 2.
I've been researched a little bit about you. Sometimes, you know, as young fellas, you could get a little bit bored sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's like, yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
So I believe you and Bo got this thing going on.
Oh, I think I know this.
See? So I got a challenge for you to do the bottle of water.
Yep.
So we're gonna do
You
the
gotta do it too, but.
Of course. We're gonna start standing up so we don't get all the water in the sofa.
Yeah, well, we better not sit on the velvet sofa. So fill your mouth up as much as you can get in, and then we're just gonna look eye to eye.
And what
stare at each other.
Yes.
And whoever spits their water out first, they're the loser.
This is the loser.
Yeah.
Well, let's go for it.
A little bit came out my nose.
Well, this is a really weird way to leave the MasterChef house.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to see from the living room, from Amanda, from Chris, from Barry, from all of us in the living room. We wish you the best.
Thank you
Lots
very
of
much.
luck. And congratulations,
Thanks
you're the
very
champ.
much. Thank you very much.
Wow, we love you.
Thanks, cheers.
After the break, our biggest renovation reveal yet. This one could save a family from financial ruin.
You're joking. Oh, my goodness.
You're back with the living room. Lovely to have you. And now, Barry, not just a big renovation reveal, but we get to answer the question, can Lee pull the family out of this financial disaster?
It is a financial disaster. It's a real financial burden. They're literally bleeding money. She's decided to go into extra debt, give it one more roll of the dice and get Cherie to work her magic. Now, Cherie has to make this house resellable and at a decent price. I think you're going to be amazed at the way this one turns out. A week ago, Mum of 3 Lee began transforming her investment property money pit with the help of expert renovator Cherie Barber. Today, the property will be revalued before going on the market, but not before the property stylists work their magic. And to make sure Lee maximises her profit, Cherie has a few tricks up her sleeve.
Sometimes the smallest things can be so powerful. I always tilt my blinds a certain way so the light from the outside hits the blinds, ricochets in and light and brightens the room. Now, a 3-bedroom property is far more valuable than a 2-bedroom and a home study. So we furnished the 3 bedrooms as 3 proper bedrooms to jack the price up.
With Cherie's help, this tired, dated weatherboard has become a stunning family home.
What can I say but wowee? The girls have just downed tools, and if you judge a book by its cover, this is going to be a hell of a story. Can't wait to see what it's like inside. Hello, Lee. How are you? Come on, I can't wait.
Come through, come through. Okay.
That's amazing.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
I'm blown away. Because this is one big open space.
The old living room is now a light and bright double bedroom.
So is that still the bathroom?
Yes. Should have created a hallway.
Oh, spesh.
And the bathroom finally makes sense at the end of a discreet hall.
Love it.
I know, isn't it great?
Throughout the home, a fresh, neutral colour scheme has the rooms looking bang up to date.
This is another bedroom, isn't
That
this?
is great. This is a beach cottage, isn't it?
Yep. It's a whole different house to
It
me.
is.
And the living zones flow seamlessly out onto the revamped deck.
Everybody talks about open plan living, and as much as it's still got that feel, that has really changed the dynamics of this house. I've been in the game 35 years. Cherie Barber blows me away what she can do.
I could never imagine it looked like this, ever.
This is a hot potato. This is going to go quick. She's gone from a lemon to a hot potato. There's no doubt about it.
Exactly.
But before we pop the champagne corks, it's time to see how the budget stacks up.
My renovation budget for this property was $25,000. I've actually spent a couple of $1,000s less, which I'm really happy about. So I've spent $23,000 to renovate the whole house inside and out.
With a starting valuation of $245,000 and a renovation spend of $23,000, anything over $268,000 will be much needed money in Lee's pocket. Our property valuer is back.
Looks great.
And Lee's husband and son have joined her to see if they've managed to turn their sweat equity into dollars in the bank.
I'm a little bit nervous spending the $23,000. If the value doesn't go up, then I'll be further in debt. So fingers are crossed.
Different floor plan, nice and open. We've got a proper bathroom now that makes sense. It flows, looks great. This really appeals to a lot of people now, where before it didn't.
Before you started this, we were in some financial deep water. Now you've, on top of that, spent another 23 odd grand. What sort of pressure are you feeling?
A lot of pressure.
I can tell you the valuers are very confident that when this place sells, you're going to achieve around the $320,000 mark.
You're joking. Goose pimples. Really? Oh my goodness.
Previous to the renovation, she was going to be left over with a $20,000, $30,000 debt. There's a chance now she might have $20,000, $30,000 to spend.
I'm just over the moon. Absolutely ecstatic.
For every dollar that we've invested in this project, you've got almost a $4 return for every dollar.
I just think we're on a real winner here. Good luck, guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Cherie, you are a miracle worker.
Oh, thank you.
Did you have to throw 100 people at it? Is that how you did it so quickly?
Actually, on this particular one, we only had about 10 people on site, and actually, most of those days it actually rained, so we actually got a lot accomplished in you know, not much time at all.
What I'm amazed about is Cherie has a real definite plan at the way she attacks every job, and I've got to say I was a little doubtful in the beginning, but I'll back her against anyone now. She's amazing.
Oh, thanks.
Fantastic. Well, Leanne, how do you feel? What a relief.
I just can't describe how I feel. The house, it's like another house. It's just, of what Cherie's done in the short time, it's just beautiful. Makes me want to move in it.
Oh, look, I'm glad it's all worked out for you. You are the miracle worker. Congratulations, Cherie. And I'm sorry to say that's all we have for you on The Living Room tonight. If you want more information, more stories or any of Miguel's recipes, just go to our website and it's all there for you. And if you want to become a special member of the Living Room community, you can join our Facebook page for lots of extra goodies.
Next week we have a jam-packed show.
Clean hard rock.
Chris is dashing and dogging through the snow at Australia's most family-friendly resort.
Easy! Easy! Break!
What does this house and the blockbuster movie Avatar have in common?
Well, it looks like a spaceship from outside, but already it's a gorgeous home as well, isn't it?
What's Miguel cooked up for these unsuspecting travellers?
It's really good.
Really good. Do you know what it is?
It might have something to do with pig's blood. And if there's a bear in there, I must be dropping in on Play School's Benita Collins.
It looks like roadkill. Can I touch it?
Yes, you can. It's felt.
Well, thank you for joining us and we'll see you all then. Farewell.